Well, once again, good afternoon or good evening, and welcome to Troy High School in Troy, Montana. Tonight's matchup for the Vikings and the Vikings basketball on the BFSD events on YouTube. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. Hopefully I can hold up for this ball game. Girls won a big one earlier, so it's time for the boys in action in this doubleheader here in Troy, Montana. Earlier, the Bigfork JV won big, and it's time for the varsity boys to take on the Trojans. 406-270-7384. Let me know if you're listening out there. Bigfork comes into this game 3-0 in conference. They have one conference game left with Thompson Falls. So I think they're actually 4-0. They beat Eureka twice, Troy once, and Thompson Falls once. They'll be 4-0. And 12-2 overall, so they have 4 ball games left today. Next Thursday, they'll take on the Pirates, the Polson Pirates, a Class A team over in Polson. Actually, it'll be in Pablo at the Kootenai College there, and then they'll head to Anaconda to take on the Copperheads on Saturday. Then they have most of the week off, and the final game will be at Thompson Falls, taking on the Blue Hawks on Saturday the 16th. We'll have both the Valkyries and Vikings ball game from Thompson Falls for that as well. Troy 1-2 in conference, 3-11 overall, and they're looking to be probably the 3rd seed out of the 7B, and that means they'll probably match up against Deer Lodge. Loyola, the number 1 seed out of 6B right now, so we'll see how that goes. Divisionals are a few weeks away, but we'll get underway with this ball game here in Troy, Montana. Starting lineups, first of all, for Troy, it'll be senior 5'8" guard, number 3, Trevor Hoagland. Also a senior 6-foot forward, senior number 10, Jamin Stever. Dylan Cummings, number 21, is a 6'3" senior guard. Number 23, a 6-foot forward senior, Hunter Lighty, and Alex Fruin, the 5'11" post senior. Number 42 for head coach Justin Young, and this is by Jake Schwartzendruber. For the Valkyries, the usual suspects, excuse me, not for the Valkyries, for the Vikings. It'll be the usual suspects, Epperly, the 5'10" senior guard. Clayton Reichenbach at 6'2", senior guard, senior forward at 6'2", number 3, Colton Reichenbach, number 10, the 5'11" senior guard, and number 30, 6'4", senior forward, Logan Gilliard for head coach Sam Tudor, assisted by Joe Pitts and Jim Epperly. About 1 minute till tip-off. We'll be back here momentarily as they're going to do their Troy High School pep band is playing, and they'll have the starting lineups introduced here, and we'll get underway with the tip-off of this ball game from Troy High School in Troy, Montana. It's the Vikings taking on the Trojans from Troy, Montana. James LaFontaine will be back with you momentarily for the tip-off from Troy, Montana. All right, welcome back to Troy, Montana, Troy High School. Tonight's matchup, it is announcing the Vikings lineups, now announcing the Troy Trojans lineup. Hoagland, Cummings, Leidy, all seniors starting for Stever getting his start tonight. Alex Ruin as well for head coach Justin Young. We'll get the tip off here momentarily from Troy, Montana. They look ready, Matt. So, Matt Pravecki out there listening. JV won big time earlier. And it's the Vikings varsity now taking on the Troy Trojans after their big win, 69-35 over Ronan, a Class A school down in Ronan last on Thursday. Already playing. Colton jumping up, tips it back to Clayton. They'll give it to Epperly in the backcourt. Epperly across the timeline. Gives it over to Clayton, right side, up to Epperly. Epperly looking underneath. Finds Colton cutting. Looking for Logan Gilliard underneath. Over to Epperly on the right wing. These are to Colton Reichenbach. Reichenbach to Stoltz. Stoltz kicks it out to Colton on the right side. Epperly top of the key. Over underneath to Clayton Reichenbach for two as a feed from Stoltz on the baseline. Gets 2 points for Bigfork. 2-0 early on your Harvest Food scoreboard. And bringing it up is Leidy for Troy underneath. Frewen of the basketball kicks it out to Leidy. Leidy, floater on the way. Up and no good. Rebounded by Colton Reichenbach. Epperly will bring it across the timeline. Epperly's going to drive it all the way. Kicks it out. Clayton Reichenbach thought about the three. Epperly on baseline. Feeds Gilliard. Gilliard's shot up off the rim and no good. And rebounded by Frewen up to Leidy. Or excuse me, Cummings. Cummings with the basketball at the top of the key. He'll take it. Guarded there by Gilliard. Leidy's shot on the way. 3-point, no good. Rebounded by Colton. Reichenbach over to Epperly. Out to Clayton Reichenbach. Epperly on the drive. Kicks it out. Clayton Reichenbach with the right wing. 3-point shot off the rim and no good. And Stoltz will come up with the loose ball off of Colton Reichenbach. Knocked out of bounds by Cummings for Troy. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Underneath it, Epperly will take it out of bounds. Epperly feeds it to Gilliard. Gilliard right up under, off the backboard, and good. 2 points for Logan Gilliard. And 4-0 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Cummings the basketball, guarded by Gilliard. And off of Cummings' foot. And it'll be Bigfork basketball on the far side. And Gilliard will take it out of bounds. He'll feed it into Epperly. Epperly set things up, brings it across the timeline, feeds Colton Reichenbach. Colton Reichenbach left wing. Feeds it out to Epperly. 3-point shot for the right wing is good by Anders Epperly. And 7-0 early with 6 minutes to go on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Epperly steals it away nearly from Hoagland. And knocked away. Getting on the ground is Clayton Reichenbach. Feeds it up. Gilliard grabs it. And Gilliard's going to feed Stoltz. Stoltz going to drive in off the backboard. No good, but almost tipped in by Gilliard and Clayton Reichenbach. And the whistle blows. It's going to be foul. And Stoltz will go to the line to shoot two. As the foul's called on number 42. Alex Frewen, his first team foul on Troy. First free throw up and good by Randy Stoltz. He'll get one more. Off the rim, but Clayton Reichenbach comes up with the rebound. He'll kick it out to Epperly, top of the key, right wing, over to Colton Reichenbach. Stoltz drives it in, gives it to Gilliard. Gilliard, spin move off the floor, up and good. A little floater by Logan Gilliard, and 10-0, and Troy will have to take a timeout. It is 10-0 with 5:27 to go here in the first quarter. And the Vikings on your Harvest Food scoreboard lead 10-0. A 30-second timeout called by Troy. Shout out Jimmy Fant, all the way from Georgia. Him and his lovely wife listening down there in Georgia. Logan's on target early. That's a good thing for the Vikings. So timeout's over, 5:27, and Cummings will inbound the basketball for Troy on the far end. He'll get it into Hoagland. Hoagland dribbles it up against Epperly. Crosses over, drives it right in, up and under, misses it, and Epperly will come up with the rebound. Epperly across the timeline, looking to push it around the back. He's going to feed it, drive it in, and kick it over. Pass intended for Colton Reichenbach and tipped out of bounds by Troy. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath, and Gilliard will take it out of bounds. Inbounded, Clayton Reichenbach feeds it underneath to Gilliard. Gilliard muscles it up off the backboard, misses it, but nearly come up by Stoltz, and he'll lose it out of bounds. It'll be basketball going to Troy with 5:05 to go here in the first quarter. Number 5, Luke Schmidt, will check in the ball game as Troy loses it out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath Epperly to inbound. Looking back door to Colton Reichenbach. Up a little bit too high into Gilliard. Gilliard takes it straight up off the rim, back of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Troy. Hoagland will bring it up and looks to shoot a three from the left side and is good by Hoagland. So 10-3, the Vikings lead. Epperly, front court to Schmidt on the right side. Colton Reichenbach over to Gilliard on the left side. Feeds it to Colton Reichenbach. Reichenbach kicks it out. Epperly, three-point shot from the right wing is good. Smash down by Epperly, 13-3, 4:30 to go on the Harvest Food scoreboard. And Epperly get a call for the reach-in foul as Stoltz replaced Clayton Reichenbach. That'll be the first foul on Epperly and the first team foul on the Vikings. Cummings into Hoagland. Tyler Gromley in for Troy as well now. Over the right side to Cummings. Cummings guarded by Colton Reichenbach. Feeds it to Hoagland. Nearly stole it away. Blocked by Gilliard. Gilliard feeds it out to Epperly. Right side up to Stoltz. Stoltz looking to drive. On the right wing, he feeds it out to Colton Reichenbach baseline. Back out to Randy Stoltz. Over to Epperly on the left side, left wing. Three-point shot is good by Epperly. And 16-3 with 3:50 to go here in the first quarter on your Harvest Food scoreboard. The Vikings lead. Cummings with the basketball, trying to get it in front court. Does, guarded by Colton Reichenbach. Over to the right side to Hoagland. Hoagland with the basketball. Out to the top to Leidy. Leidy looking to drive. Kicks it in the corner to Gromley. Gromley with the basketball. Out to Hoagland. Hoagland, top of the key. Nearly stolen by Schmidt. Schmidt forces him around the back. Hoagland trying to force it up. No good. Stoltz comes up with the rebound on the short shot by Hoagland. Feeds it over to Epperly. Epperly, another three-point shot in the way. Short is Epperly, and Hoagland will come up with the long rebound in the left corner. Dribble up left side is Hoagland. Kicks it out to Cummings. Cummings looking to drive. Cut off. Out to Hoagland. Hoagland looking to drive on Schmidt. Up, nowhere to go. Does Hoagland. Throws it up. Schmidt comes up with it. Feeds up to Epperly. Over to Stoltz. Stoltz up and under. Just short, but Hoagland, or Gilliard is right there. Can't come up with it. Cummings gets the basketball. Cummings up the right side on the right wing, guarded by Colton Reichenbach. Cummings will go down to the corner. And Fruin comes up with the basketball, puts it off the backboard, and good for Troy. 16-5 on your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. Epperly across the timeline, over to Schmidt on the right wing. Epperly, the top of the key, feeds Gilliard. Gilliard looking, shoots from the right elbow and reaches in on, picks up the foul, does Logan Gilliard. That would be his first and second team foul. Number 23, Levi Taylor, checking in for Bigfork. Clayton Reichenbach, Colton Reichenbach, Schmidt, Stoltz, and Levi Taylor for the Vikings. Cummings, right side, right wing, feeds it over to Gromley. Gromley, right side, guarded by Levi Taylor. Feeds it down to Fruin, guarded by Clayton Reichenbach. And off the foot of Fruin and out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 1:59 to go here in the first quarter and 16-5, the Vikings lead. Schmidt passes it up across the timeline to Stoltz on the right wing. Stoltz out to Schmidt, top of the key. To Levi Taylor, left side, feeds Colton Reichenbach. Over to Schmidt, three-point shot on the way by Schmidt is good. Just from the right elbow. And 19-5, the Vikings lead. The Trojans. Cummings will bring it up. Guarded by Colton Reichenbach. Gets across the timeline. In the corner is Cummings. Feeds it out to Gromley. Gromley looking. Gives it number 15. Logan Maldy. Over to Cummings. Shot on the way. And he's going to get hacked on that one, as he overshoots it. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots. That'll be the third team foul on Bigfork. And the first personal on number 3, Colton Reichenbach. Cummings' first free throw is good. Checking into the game for Troy, number 34, Moxley, Rosler, Bagalki. And for Bigfork, number 15, good to see him back, is Brady Thorness. Makes the second one, 19-7. Schmidt up to Stoltz, right wing. Looking underneath, feeds it out to Schmidt, top of the key. Schmidt feeds it over to Stoltz. Stoltz on the right wing looking, finds Clayton Reichenbach. Clayton Reichenbach over to Schmidt. Schmidt on the left wing with the basketball. Up to Colton, top of the key. Clayton, excuse me. Over to Stoltz. Back door to Clayton Reichenbach from Stoltz. It's good for 2 at 21-7. Here in the first quarter, the Vikings lead. Cummings dribbling up off his foot as Levi Taylor knocks it off of Cummings' foot, and Epperly and Gilliard will return for the Vikings. 42.8 to go here in the first quarter. (21-7) the Vikings lead. Schmidt brings it across the timeline, beats Epperly. Epperly going to drive it all the way. Nobody there, takes it up, makes the layup. 23-7 as nobody tried to stop Epperly. Gromley dribbles across the timeline, guarded by Schmidt. Picks it up way out there in the corner. He feeds it to Mildy, out to Gromley, guarded by Levi Taylor. Gromley trapped. Out to Ricky Fisher. Out to Logan Miley. Shot on the way. No good. Logan Gilliard with the rebound. Kicks it out to Epperly with 2 seconds to go. Levi Taylor. And Levi Taylor nearly makes it just before the buzzer. It looked like he almost traveled there. Tried to get it up as Epperly hit him on the run. And just short. A 1 quarter complete here from Troy High School in Troy, Montana. The Vikings 23, the Trojans 7 on your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. We'll be back with the second quarter momentarily from Troy, Montana. All right, welcome back. It's the second quarter. The Vikings lead 23-7 on your Harvest Foods and Bigfork scoreboard. It'll be Troy basketball here to start the second quarter. Jack and Donna Grenier out in Bigfork, along with Ron and Shane Corbin also listening. Go Vikes, they say. So thanks for listening. Over to Leidy. Leidy looking underneath. Knocked away and stolen by Bigfork as Clayton knocks it to Logan Gilliard, and Gilliard knew it. He was going to try to pass it to Epperly. Picked up his dribble a little bit early, and he's going to get called for the traveling violation, and it'll be turnover to Troy. So 7:46 to go. Hoagland with the basketball, top of the key. And looking to pass underneath, stolen away by Clayton Reichenbach. He gets it back from Schmidt. Clayton's going to take it up and off the rim and no good, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. As Clayton tips it to Schmidt. Schmidt gives it right back to Clayton as he's running the floor. And Clayton will go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. It is the second team foul. And first on number 3, Trevor Hoagland for Troy. And first free throw is off the rim and no good. Number 2, Eli Hines checking into the lineup for the Vikings. 406-270-7384. Text me, let me know you're catching this ball game. Glad to bring it here to you from Troy, Montana. Inbound to Hoagland. Up the front court to Gromley. Gromley dribbling, guarded by Schmidt. Stolen by Clayton Reichenbach. Gives it to Schmidt. Schmidt in the front court looking. Bounce pass to Epperly. Up and good. That's Clayton feeds it to Schmidt. Schmidt gives it over to Epperly. And Epperly scores 2, 26-7, and a full timeout call by the Trojans of Troy. Full timeout. We'll take a break and be back with you momentarily the rest of the second quarter from Troy, Montana. All right, Troy back here from Troy, Montana, inbounded to Gromley. Gromley in the backcourt guarded by Schmidt. And Epperly over to Hoagland. Hoagland right side, Eli Hines looking to trap him. Feeds it up, Leidy with the basketball. Kicks it over in the corner to 34. That's Moxley Rosler. The Galkey stolen away nearly by Brady Thornitz and out of bounds. And Hoagie listening to the ball game from Alaska again. Catching both games here today. Inbound, Hoagland gives it to Gromley. And off the foot of Eli Hines as they trap him in the corner. It'll be turnover. It'll be Troy basketball. And Moxley Rosler Bargalki inbounding. Gives it to Gromley. Gromley turns around, throws up a three-point shot. And Leidy goes up and gets it for Troy. Puts it back up, misses it. Hines with the basketball, but Gromley takes it away from him. And stolen away by Clayton Reichenbach on the bounce pass. Gives it up to Epperly. Epperly feeds it to Brady Thorness. Thorness in the far corner feeds it out to Epperly. Reichenbach, Clayton at the top of the key. Feeds it to Hines. Hines puts it up. Clayton Reichenbach with the rebound, puts it up off the highlights. And Brady Thorness goes to get it and is hit by number 10, Jamin Stiver. Stoltz, Colton Reichenbach, and Logan Gilliard returned for the Vikings. Epperly inbounds to Stoltz. Stoltz to the right side, feeds Epperly. Epperly looking underneath, finds Clayton Reichenbach on the backside, over to Stoltz, left side wing. Clayton Reichenbach, Logan Gilliard, turn around, up and under. It's good for Logan Gilliard. 28-7, 5:50 to go here in the first half. The Vikings lead on your Harvest Foods and Bigfork scoreboards. Hoagland stolen away by Epperly on the loose ball, puts it up, layup and 2. And a timeout will be called, a 30-second timeout taken by the Vikings with 5:43 to go here in the first half. And On your Harvest Food scoreboard, it's the Vikings leading 30-7. Be back momentarily. So I apologize if I'm back with you here from Troy, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. And Viking Bass leading 30-7, and Cummings will inbound to Hoagland. Back to Cummings for Troy. Shot up and no good by Leidy. Rebounded. Epperly comes up with it, going to drive all the way, finds Gilliard. Gilliard looking to pass out. Saved by Epperly. Kicks it over to Clayton Reichenbach. Looks to shoot the three. Back to Epperly. Epperly's going to shoot it. And good for the corner, the left corner by Epperly for three. And 33-7. The Vikings lead on their Harvest Foods with Bigfork scoreboard. Coming to the basketball. Guarded by Epperly. And Cummings will come up with the rebound. Stolen, knocked away. Stoltz will come up with it. Feeds Epperly. Epperly looking. Looks underneath. Can't find anybody. Kicks it out to Stoltz. Stoltz over to Clayton Reichenbach. Left side. Underneath to Gilliard. Gilliard spin move. Up and lays it in. A little drop shot by Logan Gilliard. And 35-7 with 4:40 to go here in the first half on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. Shot by Cummings, misses everything. Epperly on the breakaway, going to take it up, puts it off the rim and backboard, and good for two. And 37-7, the Vikings up by 30 with 4:14 to go. Number 44, Austin McCulley. Also in for Troy, didn't have that number down. Cummings over to McCulley. McCulley fills it out to Leidy. Hoagland's three-point shot on the way. Stoltz goes up, but McCulley comes up with a loose ball. Cummings, shot from the corner. And Clayton Reichenbach comes up with a strong rebound, feeds it out to Epperly. Left side, feeds it to Stoltz underneath to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard up. Colton Reichenbach comes to the rebound, puts it up. And McCulley will come up with the loose ball for the Trojans. Stolen by Stoltz, and Stoltz will take it up and good as he beats Cummings to the basket. Pass intended for Cummings from Hoagland, and Stoltz steps right in front of that, takes it all the way. 3 minutes to go, 39-7 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Vikings lead. And Troy, the Trojans will take a full timeout with 3:04 to go here the first half. And the Vikings up by 32, 39-7 on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. I'll be back momentarily with more of the second quarter. Well, welcome back to Troy, Montana, Troy High School. Inbounded to Cummings by Troy out of the timeout. Cummings on the right wing. Feeds it out to 15, Maldi. Maldi feeds it up to... And Cummings looking to drive, feeds it out. Leidy, three-point shot on the way. Off the rim, Gilliard Gets it, feeds it to Schmidt. Schmidt to Epperly, over to Clayton Reichenbach. Clayton Reichenbach with a layup and good. 41-7 as they move the basketball. Schmidt, Epperly, Colt Thorness in the ball game. Clayton Reichenbach and Logan Gilliard as Clayton goes for the steal, intended for Cummings. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. Alex Fruin coming back at. Cy Winslow checking in for Troy for the first time. For the Trojans. Into Schmidt. Schmidt will bring it across the timeline for Bigfork. Over to Clayton Reichenbach. Out to Schmidt, top of the key. Over to Epperly. Epperly, three-point shot, short. Feeds it up to Hoagland. Hoagland on the breakaway. Puts up the layup and makes it. And it'll be a foul on Bigfork. He'll get the chance to shoot the and one. It'll be just the fourth team foul on Bigfork. Brady Thorness, Eli Hines, Randy Stoltz return for Bigfork, and checking in Trey Christians for the Vikings at the line. Hoagland's free throw up and no good. Schmidt will come up with the rebound. 2:13 and counting here in the first half. The Vikings lead 41-9. Folks from Minnesota listening. Eli Hines over on the right side. Schmidt, top of the key, looking underneath. Feeds it to Brady Thorness. Brady Thorness throws it to Hines. Just off the fingertips of Eli Hines. And Sam Tudor's folks and oldest brother listening from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Hope the weather is warmer there now. I know you've been having some cold temperatures there. Cummings with the basketball. Feeds it over to Winslow. Winslow back to Cummings. Cummings top of the key. Feeds to Winslow. Over to Ricky Fisher. Fisher looking to drive. Top of the key. Cummings underneath to Hoagland. Hoagland puts the shot up. No good. Hines with the rebound. Gets it out to Schmidt. Schmidt going to drive it up. Kicks it up to Stoltz. Stoltz takes it in against Cummings. And Brady Thorness right there. And Schmidt will come out the loose ball. Throws it up. Off the backboard. High off the backboard. And makes it by Schmidt. And 43-9 with 1:17 to go here in the first half. Schmidt will steal it. He's going to feed up to Trey Christian. Trey Christian's looking. And stolen away by Ricky Fisher. Fisher with the basketball. Gives it to Cummings. Cummings over to Winslow. Back to Cummings. Cummings back to Winslow. Winslow three-point shot on the way. Banks it off. The bank is open late here in Troy as he banks in a three. Does Cy Winslow and bring it up the front court. Schmidt over to Christians. Christians over to Brady Thornton. Back to Christians. Christians looking to shoot the three-point shot. Fakes it. Gives it out to Schmidt, top of the key. Stoltz looking to drive. Feeds it Christians. Christians can't handle the pass. Not ready for it. Out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover to Bigfork. Number 15, Logan Mildy. Mildy will check back in for Troy. And Cummings will bring it up with 30 seconds and counting here in the first half. And the Vikings up by 31. Cummings, right side, guarded by Schmidt. Over to Mildy. Mildy looking to kick out to Fisher. Over to Cummings. Cummings looking, three-point shot on the way off the rim. Rebounded by Eli Hines. Hines give it over to Schmidt with 8 seconds to go. 7 and counting. Luke Schmidt looking to drive. Kicks it all the way to the basket. Oh, just short is Luke Schmidt as time expires here in the first half. And the Bigfork Vikings lead the Troy Trojans 43-12 on your Harvest Foods of Bigfork scoreboard. I will take a short break, go down and get your first half stats, be back with you and feed those to you. Jerry Taylor listening out there, and Tudor's folks again from Minneapolis. I know what you're talking about, that weather out there. I was stationed at Grand Forks, North Dakota for 3.5 years in the 80s, so it can get cold over there in the Midwest. Bundle up, stay warm. We'll be back momentarily. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes, the Vals, with you from Troy High School. And your halftime score, 43-12. The Vikings lead on your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. Your halftime stats will be brought to you by the UPS store in Bigfork. I'll have those for you momentarily. right, welcome back to Troy High School, Troy, Montana. At halftime on your Harvest Food scoreboard, it is Bigfork leading 43-12 over the Trojans. And your halftime brought to you by the UPS store. For all your printing and shipping needs, contact the UPS store and Brad Stodshill on Grand Avenue or Grand Drive down in Bigfork. Halftime stats, first of all, for Troy, Winslow with 3, Hoagland with 5, 2 of 2 shooting from free throw line for Dylan Cumming, 2 for Alex Fruin. They put 7 up in the first quarter, 12 in the second for 12 total. And for the Vikings at halftime, Logan Gilliard has 8, 3 for Randy Stoltz, 5 for Luke Schmidt. Clayton Reichenbach with 7, and Epperly with 4 3-pointers. Has 20 already in the first half for the Vikings. 23 in the first quarter, 20 in the second. That gives you a halftime of 43 total for the Vikings. And we'll get underway with the second half momentarily. Well, your guess is as good as mine. They're going to have a running clock here in the second half. Some of the other guys will get an opportunity to play for Bigfork tonight. And get ready for the second half. Yeah, it looked like Bigfork basketball out of bounds. And Clayton and Colton Reichenbach along with Stoltz, Gilliard, and Epperly, the usual starters, starting the second half. Jamie Stever, Hoagland, Fruin, Cummings for Troy, along with Leidy. Stolen away by Leidy. Leidy going to drive it all the way. Kicks it off to Hoagland. Hoagland shot off the backboard. A good 2 points for Hoagland and Troy. Epperly, front court, over to Clayton Reichenbach on the right side. Feeds Colton Reichenbach. Colton loses it as he tries to hit his brother Clayton, and Hoagland picks it up. Attempt to launch a 3-pointer, thought better of it. Kicks it in the corner to Leidy, out to Cummings, top of the key. Leidy with the basketball. Kicks it over. 3-point shot on the way, nothing. And Colton Reichenbach takes it away, and Epperly feeds it up the court to Gilliard. Gilliard goes up and puts it in for 2 for Bigfork. 45-14, 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 3-point shot on the way by Jamie Stever. Misses it. Gilliard gets it out to Epperly. Epperly, right side to Clayton Reichenbach, to Colton Reichenbach, to Logan Gilliard. Spin move up and under. Feeds it out to Colton Reichenbach. Over to Epperly. Epperly has the basketball off the backboard. And no good. Epperly comes up with the loose ball, feeds it over to Clayton Reichenbach. Feeds to Colton down to Stoltz. Stoltz underneath, takes it up, kicks it out to Epperly. Epperly 3-point shot on the way, off the rim, and no good, but Stoltz will come up with the rebound and is knocked down by number 10, Jamin Stever. It'll be the first team foul of the second half, and the second foul on Stever for Troy. And Schmidt will come back in the ball game for Bigfork. Clayton Reichenbach goes up, has it partially blocked. Cummings comes up the loose ball, get it out the Fruin, back to Cummings. Cummings will bring it up the key. And number 21, Dylan Cummings, must have said something to the officials. He comes up and gets a technical called on Cummings. That's going to count as a first personal. Gilliard will go to the line to shoot the technical for Bigfork. First shot up and good by Gilliard. He'll get one more and Bigfork will get the basketball. And Gilliard makes both. Bigfork will take it out on the sideline. Now what was said? Troy had the basketball going the other way, and Cummings didn't like something and got teed up for it. into goal. Gilliard up to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach, baseline, feeds it out to Epperly. Gilliard in the corner, three-point shot on the way is short, no good. Hoagland comes up with it, kicks it out, stolen away by Schmidt. Up to Clayton Reichenbach, up for two off the backboard, and 2 points for Bigfork as Clayton Reichenbach scores on the feed from Schmidt, coming with the basketball up to the right side. Nearly taken away by Stoltz. Epperly comes up, feeds Stoltz. Here goes Logan Gilliard in for it, and he gets taken out. Intentional foul is going to be called on Troy's number 42 as Gilliard went in to dunk, it looks like, and Fruin just come in and just took him out. And so Logan will go back to the line. He didn't like that foul. Get somebody hurt. First free throw is no good by Gilliard. He'll get one more. And Gilliard at the line for the second. And Bigfork will get the basketball out of bounds. Logan makes the second. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath. And timeout will be called. And a full timeout. I'm not quite sure who called the timeout, but Brady Thornus will enter the ball game for Bigfork. And we'll be back momentarily with more of the third quarter here from Troy, Montana. All right, welcome back here to Troy, Montana. Bigfork get the basketball. We got Schmidt. We got Colton Reichenbach, Epperly, Brady Thornus, and Logan Gilliard in the ball game for Bigfork. And I'll check your lineup after that timeout and see what Troy comes out with. Unnecessary to play like that. 34, Moxie, Rosler, Bagalki. Number 10, Jamin Stiver. 32 is Gromley, Hoagland, and Leidy. Brady Thornton to the basket, gets fed and misses the layup. And Gromley comes up with it, gives it to Hoagland. Held ball. And the possession arrow will point towards Troy. They'll keep the basketball on their end of the court. 50-14, 5:37 to go on your Harvest Foods and Bigfork scoreboard. Inbound to Gromley. Gromley looking out to Hoagland. Nearly stolen away by Epperly. And he's going to foul Hoagland. And that'll be the first team foul and second personal on Anders Epperly here in the ballgame. Hoagland with the basketball. Feeds it over to Stiver. Three-point shot, no good. Up, rebound quickly. And up the court as Gilliard gets it out to Epperly, feeds Colton Reichenbach in the back door for the layup. And 52-14 with 5:15 to go. Bringing it across the timeline is Hoagland for Troy. Going to be trapped out there. Bagalki tries to hit Hoagland and throws it away. And number 15, Logan Mildy, return for Troy. And Schmidt has the basketball top of the key. Right, left side. Logan Gilliard, Epperly feeds it. Brady Thornus out to Epperly. Over to Schmidt. Right wing, three-point shot, no good. Brady Thornus with the rebound. Picks it up, kicks it out to Epperly. Epperly over to Colton Reichenbach. Feeds it underneath the goal. Gilliard. Gilliard lays it up. And good for two for Bigfork. And that's the 40-point margin, and we'll have a running clock the rest of the way in this ball game. 54-14, your Harvest Food scoreboard. Over to Mildy. Mildy feeds it to Bagalki. Stolen away by Schmidt. Schmidt up the left side. Get a feed. Epperly. Epperly's layup is good for two for the Vikings. And 56-14, 4:25 to go. Inbound to Hoagland. Hoagland looking to drive. Takes it right at Brady Thornus. and kicks it up. And Brady's going to be called for the personal. And Hoagland will go to the line to shoot 2. And that'll be Brady's first personal. And second team foul. Hoagland's first free throw on the way. Off the rim, off the backboard, and good. Clayton Reichenbach, Reddy Stoltz return. Replace Brady Thornus and Logan Gilliard. And the clock is running, 56-15. Second shot by Hoagland is up off the rim, and Reichenbach's, the Twins, fight over it, but Clayton comes up with it, up to Schmidt. Schmidt, right side to Epperly. Epperly looking underneath. Schmidt out by the half-court line. Over to Randy Stoltz to the left side. In the corner, Clayton Reichenbach. Stoltz, right wing, out to Colton at the top of the key. Over to Schmidt. Down to Epperly. Epperly driving baseline. And meant to feed Stoltz, cutting for the basket, or Colton, and either one cut, so turnover as the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Troy basketball with 3:10 and counting here in the third quarter. Hoagland driving again, swatted away by Colton Reichenbach. Stoltz, or Schmidt up to Epperly. Epperly looking underneath, finds Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach puts it up and shoots it short. Troy comes up with it. Hoagland with the basketball, looking to drive. Hoagland out to Stiver. Hoagland's shot, no good. Clayton Reichenbach comes up with the rebound, feeds it up to Schmidt. Schmidt will come to the right side. Epperly on the right wing for Bigfork. Epperly feeds it out to Schmidt, top of the key. Over to Stoltz, left side, in the corner. Clayton Reichenbach. Clayton looks underneath, feeds it out to Epperly. Colton on the right side. Epperly looking to drive and dish. Epperly, nope, puts the floater up, and good as he drives the lane, does Epperly. And it's good for 2, 58-15 with 2:15 and counting. Gromley with a basketball for Troy across the timeline. Over to Mildy. Mildy out to Hoagland. Out back to Mildy on the right wing. Back to Hoagland. Over to Stiver. Ricky Fisher. Ricky Fisher stolen away. Up to Schmidt. Schmidt looking to drive. Up and under. Nice move by Luke Schmidt. Up and under. Spins it off the backboard and good for 2. And he'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And checking in the ball game, number 21 for Bigfork, Isaac Bjorgi. For the Vikings, Schmidt to the line. He'll get 1. That foul was on number 15, Logan Mildy, his first 14 fouls. Schmidt's shot is up and no good. And coming down with the rebound is Bjorgi. Feeds it over to Schmidt. Schmidt goes up off the backboard and good by Luke Schmidt. A nice pass there by Isaac Bjorgi. Coming to the basketball. Right side, feeds it out to Mildy. Mildy looking to drive. Pulls up. Nearly blocked by Colton Reichenbach. And Fruin will knock it out of bounds. Let's see what the call is. Who has the basketball? As number 15, Brady Thornus, returns to the lineup for Bigfork with 50 seconds and counting. Troy basketball into Mildy. Mildy take it to the top of the key. Coming with the basketball right side out to Mildy at the top with 40 seconds. Fruin, Mildy, or Cummings looking to shoot. Gromley, three-point shot off the rim, but Cummings loses it out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 30 seconds and counting. And Colton Reichenbach inbounds to Epperly. Epperly, 25 seconds and counting. Will bring it up slowly. Try to get one more shot at the end of this third quarter with the Vikings. Epperly drives, guarded by Mildy. Epperly between the legs, drives by Mildy. Kicks it over, three-point shot on the way by Clayton Reichenbach. Off nothing, and Cummings comes up with it. Cummings racing down, going to launch a 3 at the buzzer, off the rim, and no good. And Bigfork comes up with it as the clock runs out here in the third quarter. Well, your Harvest Foods, the Bigfork scoreboard, it is the Bigfork Vikings 62 and the Troy Trojans 15. We'll be back here in 1 minute with the fourth quarter from Troy High School here in Troy, Montana. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. Before I go, Eli Hines and Levi Taylor check in along with Logan Gilliard, along with Randy Stoltz and Luke Schmidt. That'll be your fourth quarter starters for the Vikes. All right, welcome back to Troy High School. Bigfork basketball to start the fourth quarter. Taylor inbounds to Schmidt. Schmidt across the timeline. Bring it up top of the key over to Stoltz on the right side. Schmidt with the basketball. Feeds it over to Stoltz, right wing. Right wing looking for back door to Hines. Hines puts it up off the rim and no good. And tries to save it inbounds. This is Troy. That's number 10, Jamin Stever. And it'll be Bigfork basketball. Schmidt to inbounds. Feeds it over to Gilliard. Gilliard out to Taylor. In the right corner, Schmidt down to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard's shot up and good. Nice floater by Logan Gilliard for 2 for the Vikings. And 64-15. Cummings inbounds to Fisher. Fisher with the basketball in the front court. They'll give it up to Cummings. Cummings top of the key for the Trojans. Cummings. Over to Fisher, to Leidy. Leidy's shot off the rim and no good. Rebound by Gilliard. Gilliard going to run it up the court. Gives it out to Stoltz. Stoltz looking underneath. Finds Taylor. Nope. Feeds it out. Gilliard. Gilliard top of the key. Over to Schmidt on the left side. Schmidt feed to Eli Hines. Hines drops it into Levi Taylor. Taylor goes up and is fouled. And Levi Taylor will go to line. He'll shoot 2 for the Vikings. That is the 15th foul on the Trojans. And the first on number 5, Ricky Fisher. So Levi Taylor gets 2 shots for Bigfork. And the first one is up and good. Colt Lordness returns along with Colton Reichenbach for the Vikings. And checking in for the first time, it'll be number 14, Asher Van Kampen for the Vikings. Second shot by Taylor on the way, no good, but Colt Thornus comes up with a rebound. That 6'7" comes up with a second rebound, tries to put it back up, and is knocked down. And Colt will go to the line to shoot 2. And 16 foul. That's the first personal on number 34, Moxley Rossler Bugalki. Colt's shot up and good, the first one. He'll get another. Checking back in for the Trojans. It'll be number 32, Tyler Gromley, with 5:40 and counting here in the ballgame. Second shot up off the rim. Levi Taylor comes up the rebound, puts it up, and good for 2 by Levi Taylor, 68-15, as the Vikings leave on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Cummings to the basketball in the front court. Over to Winslow, back to Cummings. Cummings kicks it out to Bugalki. Bugalki nearly loses it, gives it to Cummings. Off his hands, Cummings comes up with the basketball. Looking to drive, top of the key, feeds it over to Winslow. Cummings shot, 3-point shot, off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Levi Taylor. Quickly up to Schmidt. Schmidt looking to drive, comes top of the key, feeds it over to Van Kampen. Van Kampen looking for, steps up the 3-point shot. Van Kampen for 3, about 2 feet beyond the 3-point arc, and Asher Van Kampen drains the 3 for the Vikings. 71-15. Cummings gives it over to Winslow. Cummings with the basketball. Over to Winslow, right side. Winslow looking. Dribbling, gets Schmidt. Nearly stolen, taken away by Taylor. They're going to whistle, I think, Levi Taylor for a foul. And it's going to be called to number 23, Levi Taylor. It's his first third-team foul. And Brady Thornus will return to the lineup for the Vikings. Inbound to Gromley in the corner. Gromley looking against Colton Reichenbach. Feeds it out to Cummings. Cummings on the right side. Down to Fisher. Fisher looking to drive. Throws it up off the rim and rebounded by Colton Reichenbach. And Fisher comes from behind and hacks him. And I got to get some power here to my, when we run out here. And the foul is on number 5, Ricky Fisher. And Colton Reichenbach will go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1 for Bigfork. First shot is up and good for Colton Reichenbach, and that is a second personal on Fisher. And Reichenbach will get another for the Vikings. Puts it up and good, makes them both. Whistle blows as Isaac Bjorgi and Trey Christians will come in for Colton Reichenbach and Levi Taylor. Inbound. Fruin gives it up to Hoagland. Hoagland dribbles it up, kicks it out to Mildy. Over to Hoagland. Hoagland looking to drive, kicks it out, tries to hit number 10, Stever, but knocked out of bounds by Bigfork, Bjorgi. It'll be Troy basketball with 2:38 and counting, and the Vikings leading 73-15 on your Harvest Foods and Bigfork scoreboard. Looking to drive is Mildy, kicks it out to number 10. Three-point shot on the way by Stiver, no good, and knocked out of bounds by Troy. Good hustle there by Logan Mildy. Mildy, try to recover it, and Colt Thornus inbounds to Van Kampen. So Van Kampen, Colt Thornus, and Brady Thornus, along with Trey Christians and Isaac Bjorgi in the ballgame. Out, Colt Thornus, top of the key. Over to Bjorgi on the left side. Feeds Brady Thornus. Thornus looking to drive, taken away by Stever, and Leidy out in front. Misses the layup, and Colt Thornus has it, and it is off of Alex Fruin of Troy. It'll be Bigfork basketball with 1:45 to go here in this ball game. Van Kampen, top of the key. Isaac Bjorgi feeds it over to Colt Thornus. Thornus out to Bjorgi. Over to Van Kampen. Van Kampen looking underneath. Kicks it out. Over to Colt Thornus. Over to Trey Christians. Three-point shot on the way off the rim. And no good. Leidy with the rebound. And stolen away, but he's going to get called for foul is Brady Thornus, as that'll be the 14th foul called against the Vikings. And Brady Thornus will take a seat. Eli Hines back in the lineup for the Vikings with 1:10 to go. Inbound to Hoagland. Hoagland for Troy. Looking to shoot a three. Out to Mildy. Mildy gives it up to Fruin. Mildy tried to shoot the three, but Christians is right there. Hoagland. Van Kampen guarding him. Rebound. As Van Kampen comes up with the loose ball with 50 seconds to go. Feeds it over to Christians right side. Eli Hines underneath. Finds Colt Thornus. And Colt just trying to go for the basketball. Got tied up with number 10, Jamin Stever. And helped him up. A good sportsmanship there by Colt. Inbounded. Hoagland, the basketball, top of the key. Looking to drive. Throws up a shot blocked by Van Kampen. Van Kampen with the basketball in the backcourt. Feeds it up to Christian. Christian feeds it to Colt Thornus. Thornus looking to go up off the backboard rim, and good for Colt Thornus. So Colt Thornus scored 75-15. And Mildy with the basketball for Troy. Hoagland shoots as time is running out. Eli Hines will come up with the rebound, and that will be your ball game as the Bigfork Vikings win this one handily by 60 as they beat the Troy Trojans 75-15 on your Harvest Foods and Bigfork scoreboard. I'll be back momentarily. I will have your full game stats here from Troy. I'll go down and grab them and be back with you in about 2 minutes. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vals, with you from Troy High School here in Troy, Montana. Be back momentarily with your full game stats brought to you by the UPS Store. All right, welcome back to Troy High School here in Troy, Montana. Your final 75-15 as the Vikes win by 60. They hold Troy to 3 points in the total in the second half. That's 3 in the third quarter and 0 in the fourth. Winslow finishes with 3. 8 by Hoagland, 2 by Cummings, Fruin with 2, and a total of 15 for the Vikings overall. Leading the way was Anders Epperly with 24, 9 for Clayton Reichenbach, Colton with 4, 9 for Luke Schmidt, nice game by Luke Schmidt, 3 by both Randy Stoltz and Asher Van Kampen. Asher drains that one 3-pointer, 3 also by Levi Taylor, 17 by Logan Geard, and 3 by Colt Thornus. So 3 is the word. A lot of guys, 4 players with 3 apiece, a total of 75, and a nice win as pretty much wrapped up a #1 seed does Bigfork going into the divisional tournament that'll happen in Ronan coming up in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd of this month, February. They have 3 more games to go. Next Thursday, they'll take on Class A Polson Pirates down in Pablo at the Kootenai College, because Polson's still dealing with their gymnasium. I'll be at home calling the girls' game as the Polson Lady Pirates come to town, and then Saturday they head to Anaconda, take on the Copperheads, and I'll be home for the Valkyries taking on the Lady Copperheads. Then, finally, on the 16th, it'll be the final game of the season for both the Vikings and Valkyries. They head over to Thompson Falls to take on the Blue Hawks and Lady Blue Hawks. I'll have both of those games live on BFSD events on YouTube, and then we'll look to bring you the regional tournament. I got to contact the MHSA, get permission, but we're hoping to bring those to you as well. Once again, I really appreciate you, and thank you for listening out there. All of you catching and tuning in to the Vikings and Valkyries on BFSD events here on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Once again, a final. It was the Vikings 75, the Troy Trojans 15, as the Vikings remain unbeaten in conference play. We'll catch you later. Please have a great night, and we'll catch you next time right here. It's James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. Thank you, and